my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
Hello, welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. It's good to see you guys. Happy Saturday to you. Hola, welcome in. It's good to see everybody. I am a little off center tonight, I think. I'm trying to get more on center with both cameras, but I'm going to run into the leg of the desk if I do that. So if you see that I'm a little off center, that's because I just am. I just am. So thank you for liking on both platforms or both lives. I appreciate that so much. And welcome into tonight's live, everybody. We're going to talk a little bit about the singer David and Celeste Rivas Hernandez and the case that is right now. So we'll get some people to come in. We'll see where everyone's at. Where is everybody tonight? It's Saturday. Do people actually have plans and go out and do things on Saturdays? I don't know. Surely not, right? Surely not. Put the chat up. I feel like my eyes are burning a little. You know what we're going to do? We're going to put some eye drops in real quick while we wait on a couple more people to join us. They didn't start burning until I started the live. What does that mean? You know, if your hands are like itching, they say you're going to get money or something, or someone's talking about you. I can't put eye drops on camera because I'm a big baby when it comes to it. Tissue. I think it's like allergies. I don't know. It should be winter. Shouldn't have like too many allergy problems. I think it was just probably staring at the screen for so long. Okay, there we go. We're here. If it looks like I've been crying, it's because I have a little. Just that's what it looks like whenever I put eye drops in. Hey, Connie, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. I saw that we have some people in. We'll say hi to the people that are in the chat, and then we'll get on to the case discussion for tonight. Hey, Ladybug, how you doing? Hey, Mary Beth, good to see ya. Oh, I just heard Vincent open a soda. Hey, Kitsy Cats. I thought he was asleep. he fell asleep a little bit ago, I think for a minute. Hey, Casey. Hola, baby girl. That's me. I'm like, those are my messages. Hey, Tony. Hey, welcome in. Hey, Sweetly Morbid Bear. Hey, Connie. Good to see ya. Hey, Lee. Well, it's good to see everybody. I can't say that name. Why can I not say? I cannot say it. Fazio is the last of it. That's what we're going to go with. My one little eye's not working very good right now. Hey there, Janine. And there's Tony again. Oh, yeah, Christmas parties. Got that right. I didn't even think about that. Hey, John. Hey, Diana. Or Diane. Maybe I should have a Christmas party this year. I was actually going to, what we usually do is we do a members only, and we put up like our Christmas decorations together. And well, that's what we usually do. But you guys usually just watch me put mine up. I think, oh my gosh, I do have that tree with those tiny little decorations that were my mother's. Remember? Those were hard to get on the tree last year. Oh, yeah. I'm like, I forgot about that. Teresa, thank you. I will never forget that name. APKC. Welcome in, everyone. It's good to see you guys. It's Saturday. Hopefully you guys had some awesome plans this afternoon. You guys did something outside. You did something, you didn't have a day like mine. I mean, my day was crazy. If I could do it, if I could lose it, I lost it. If I could mess it up, I messed it up. It was just, one of those days. Yeah. So I'll tell you something happened to me. I was in Target. Of course I was. I went there to get a couple things, and I had bought a pair of jeans from there, and I thought they had the same pair of jeans on sale for like 30 or 40% off. So I was like really excited. But they weren't the same jeans. But anyway, so excitement gone. No, I'm just kidding. So when I was in there, I went through the whole store, but when I first walked in, I always go for, I don't know if you guys are like this, but if you go out somewhere, do you listen to like YouTube or something with your headphones? Because I do. I mean, I try to avoid people like the plague, which isn't good. I learned that today. So I go through the whole store. I make my rounds. I go to all the jeans. I'm like, man, these are not the same jeans. So I was like kind of disappointed. And then I went all around the store. I got my prescription. I went to the ATM. I mean, I did it all. Like it was like a carnival ride there. Like I did every single ride, but went to Starbucks. I went to cash out, and I cashed out at the actual, like, with the person instead of the self-checkout, because there was somebody that sometimes they'll have like a person help you. Anyway, they just had this person help me. So I go to leave, and I'm like, where's my phone? I'm like, I haven't seen that in a while. Surely it's in my purse. So I go and I look in my bag, and I don't see it. So when you're blind, like partially blind, like blind in one eye, or even maybe partially blind in both eyes. I don't know. This could happen to you guys too. If you think you lose something, your anxiety automatically just goes through the roof. Like mine just does. I feel like my blood pressure goes up automatically. So I go to run back in, because what you can do is you can my phone is so new that when I like go to beep it with my watch, it will tell me how many like steps I have until I'm like right at my phone. Like it'll literally tell me like how many steps. And when I'm in the green, like 10 steps till I get to my phone, it turns green. It's a whole thing. I love it. Well, it was saying can't connect to your phone. That means it's not within like, the distance. So then I start freaking out. So I run back in. It's not at the lady with the checkout. I call Vincent on my watch, because I have cellular, just got it back on there, thank goodness. And I'm like, I don't know where my phone is. I was going to tell him just to come over and help me. Like he can help me, at least calm me down and be my eyes, right? And so I go back to where I was, hey Aries, and I went back to like where I was, and it was in where the jeans are. Like it was sat on top of the jeans. I don't know how I did that. I thought I put it in my purse, because I went to snatch up I went to snatch up my headphones, and they were dead. So that's why I was going to put it in my purse, but I didn't. And I'm just telling you now, everybody, get the necklace thing. Get the necklace thing that I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. I swear to you, I'm going to get that ugly thing, because I'm not good. I'm just not good with it. This phone is like, there's something with this phone. It doesn't want me to have it. I've broken 2 front screens already. This is just since October 17th. 2 back screens, and I lost it. So I lucked out good. I know, Diane. It's a brand new phone. I would have been in so much trouble. I would have been like, I don't even know. But I was running around that store. People were looking, the pocket. That's what I need. See, baby girl, I'm going to have to get it now. I showed it to Vincent. I didn't even get his like reaction, because he didn't even have one. He was like, this is it. I was like, yeah, we should get me one. Now we should. I need the pocket. How are you doing, Aries? I was thinking of you. I swear, every time I think of you, you just come up and you're like, bam. Oh yeah, you don't have your no emojis either. You can't do emojis on the handles. I didn't even know that. I didn't try. That stinks. That you can't even do at least your emojis. Aries wants his stuff back. No, I didn't hear that. But I wouldn't doubt it. I just got the Pro Max 17. And I shouldn't be allowed to have it. I'm like, I need the pocket. Like, right? I just need the pocket. I have a good case on it now, so we're good there. I've got the loopy. We're good. We don't have the old one. We've got the new case. We're good there, but I just am bad about putting stuff down. And I'm used to having Vincent with me. That's what it is. So, okay. We'll go ahead and we'll get started with the live since I done talked to guys ear off for 11 minutes. But I do that because, and it did say this, I actually looked this up. We just want to say the words that we want to say on YouTube. There's some words that you can't say and they'll get you. After 8 minutes, you can say all the words. So I have like leggings that do that. I had jeans on today. I should have put it in my back pocket. I just didn't think of it. But now I want the Apple pocket thing, that ugly thing. I want it. I'll just get like the jeweled thing. That'd be cute. So we haven't talked about this case in a little while, but I wanted to go back over some stuff that's coming out. I don't know I do know TMZ is getting their sources from somebody, I guess, in the LAPD, but we'll see how it all pans out. But I'm going to go over a little bit of some notes that I wrote down before the live. That way you guys will have a little bit of a better understanding of what the case is, or, if you're unfamiliar with, who this is. Actually, let's switch to this picture first because we're going to talk about Celeste. I got my drink really quick. And if you caught the lives that I did over on TikTok today, awesome. If you didn't, they're forever gone. So don't forget to always follow me over there. If you guys don't mind, also, I forgot to tell you my name. Forgot to tell you who I even am. How do I do that sometimes? I do that sometimes. My name is Tanya, or Titanium Bill. I guess it's right up there on the screen, but still, I like to introduce myself. Welcome in to all the people that have never seen me before, and welcome back to the people that have seen my face a lot. Or at least once. But we're going to talk about Celeste Rivas Hernandez. She was a 15-year-old girl from Lake Elsinore, California. She was described by people who knew her as a kind, smart, and sweet kid. But behind closed doors, things weren't always easy for her. Police were called to her home more than once, more than twice, more than multiple times for different issues. And there was even a moment caught on video where there was a girl that was believed to have been Celeste that was seen running away. It paints a picture of a teenager who didn't really have the stability or the safety at home that she deserved. We also have her on video in September yelling at the neighbors, right? Like, not a good look. But then little by little, Celeste slipped out of sight. Last confirmed time that anyone saw her alive on camera was January the 2nd, 2025. After that, nothing, no sightings, no check-ins, just silence from Celeste. So months pass. Then in early September, the entire case takes a horrifying turn from there. On September the 8th, 2025, workers from a tow yard noticed a foul smell coming from a Tesla that had been sitting there. They had brought the car in earlier in the week, and the tow yard workers noticed the smell. They noticed the foul smell. They knew immediately to call police. When the police got there, they opened the car, and inside was Celeste's body. It was in the front trunk of the Tesla. The car wasn't just, a car that was sitting in that tow yard from just anybody, right? It wasn't just anybody. It was David, and he is known for music, and he's an up and coming, singer in Hollywood. And now not so much. We don't know where he is. He's hiding. I'm so glad you caught us live. Thank you. Hey, Tom and Jennifer. And that's the thing too, all the names, like the names change whenever you don't have your screen name. I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm like, the handles are sometimes different than the screen names. So this is David here. I don't even know. Her body was in such severe decomposition, and that the coroner couldn't determine how she died. So far, we don't know. Like right off the bat, there was no preliminary cause of death. There hasn't been any that we know of as of right now cause of death. The cause of death had read deferred up until a couple days ago. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that here soon. But that's pretty rare. It tells you how far the remains were, from sitting in the trunk or the frunk and also being outside in the heat. So then Steve, SF Investigates, a private investigator, stepped in, hired by the owner of the home that the singer's manager got for him. So I know that's very confusing. So David's manager rented him a $20,000 a month home in the Hollywood Hills, and that's where he was staying up until all of this happened. Then, of course, he moved out, and private investigator comes in, and he finds some things. So he went to the home, and he found that what he did was he pieced together a timeline. That's what he started with, using the surveillance footage and digital data. What he found didn't make any sense pretty much, and it didn't make the story any less disturbing. According to him, the Tesla Celeste was found and wasn't sitting there quietly. It had been moved from place to place throughout the spring and the summer. So he traced it being parked in different spots starting in May, and then finally being left where it would eventually be found at the end of August. To him, it didn't look like a car that someone had took, I don't know how to explain it. Like someone had died in that, it looked like a car that was used to store a body, he was saying. It's kind of like out of sight, out of mind, kind of like in plain sight, keeping it there a little bit close to the home. So they're thinking that maybe she died months earlier, which we don't know when she, officially died. But while that was happening, police raided the Hollywood Hills home and, confiscated devices and a couple different bags of evidence. They didn't take a whole lot out of the house what we saw anyway. So I don't know how much they actually took out of the home. I guess I could ask Steve that, how empty was the house when you went in there? Because the house was furnished when they got it. It looks like. So I'm pretty sure the house was furnished. So while all this was, happening, they got the house raided. All that happened. This singer canceled his shows. Hasn't been public. His parents' house was, what's it called? Swatted throughout all this. And the hardest part about all of it is just the waiting, because of how decomposed her body was. Investigators can't make any moves until toxicology and the final coroner report come back. Any big moves anyway, like arresting somebody. That's probably why they haven't arrested anyone yet. They're waiting on those findings. And I think that they're going to get them soon. So we may be hearing some things very soon. But the report is pretty much everything. It could tell us how Celeste died, whether it was a homicide, an overdose, accident, or something else, whether she died in that Tesla or somewhere else entirely. and maybe even how long she had been gone before she was found. So those are all questions that we have right now. And hopefully we'll get those answered. Okay, so we have those two pictures. We're going to go through this. Okay. Okay. So let me read this to you guys. So this came out yesterday, and I think this was yesterday. This could have been today. Let me read the date on this really quick. Okay, it says 22nd. So this could have been today. This could have been earlier today before I went out. But I saw this reported, and I was like, what? So we're going to read over it together. But it says here, this is the Daily News. I've never heard of this actually. But it's on like TMZ. It's in People. I believe People Magazine ran it, and a couple other places ran it. So we'll see what the Daily News, national news, it says. Hey, Betsy. Hey, Peekaboo. I like your doggy. Welcome in, everyone. That's a cute dog. Okay. So second suspect, because remember, we're wondering if there was going to be more than one suspect in this case. And we were just kind of waiting, to hear, because of the fact that maybe David wasn't there. Maybe he was on tour when this happened. If this was like an overdose or something. And we thought, maybe one or two people did take her body to the car to put it into the frunk. We didn't know. But so second suspect ID'd in the death of Celeste Rivas, teen found in David's car. Los Angeles police have reportedly identified a second suspect in connection with the apparent murder of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, the runaway teen whose dismembered remains were found stuffed in the trunk of singer David's impounded Tesla in September. Queens-born David, whose real name is David Anthony Burke, is also considered a suspect. The latest update was revealed on Saturday's episode of the Two Angry Men podcast, hosted by TMZ founder and lawyer Harvey Levin, and criminal defense attorney Mark Garagos. The two said the second suspect is not believed to have killed the 15-year-old. So they said they believe that they didn't kill the 15-year-old, but likely assisted in the dismemberment of her remains. The attorneys said they were informed by sources of a trip David took to a very remote area of Santa Barbara County in the middle of the night per Levin, who believes that Santa Barbara trip is the key to this case. Okay, where's Santa Barbara compared to where she lives and where he lives? Oh, Google. We'll do Google Maps. Well, we could do Google Earth. That shit gets me dizzy, though. Oh, and I have to make a project. Do I really need to? I don't need to. Okay. I'm trying to think of how to spell. Okay. Close my eyes because I hate this stuff. I hate like that. Like where it like pulls you up in the Google Earth. Okay. So just saved to this project. I'm just going to do a new one. And then okay. And then the other one was Santa Barbara. Okay, none of them are around each other. Let's see if I could okay, let me see here. How do we do this? So Santa Barbara's up here. And then you got Los Angeles. That's where Hollywood Hills, sorry. Hollywood Hills is where he was living. And then Lake Elsinore is where she's from. So I thought maybe they would be maybe like close, but I guess not. You know, it's very weird. Maybe, I mean, what would that, I don't know if that would be like, I don't think that trip is the key to this case, though. I mean, the key to this case is Celeste's body, in my opinion, and the surveillance video around that house, right? You know, that rental home. That would be, in my opinion, and his cell phone, David's cell phone. But it says Garagos said he's received the name of someone police are looking at in relation to what happened before, during, and after the teen's death, though he didn't want to make that name public at present. I mean, I'm sure police are looking for someone in relation to what happened before, during, and after the teen's death. I don't know. A combination of cell phone and Tesla data, along with location data from social media, appears to have led law enforcement to identifying the new suspect. The way Garagos interpreted his intel was as a confirmation that person is connected to one of the last times that car was moved. So it says he interpreted as confirmation that the person is connected to one of the last times that car was removed. So I know that SF was saying that he knew who last moved the car, but he wasn't going to give up the name. I'm pretty sure he said that. Rivas was just 13 when she was last seen by her family in the spring of 2024 after multiple attempts at running away. But we did see that video from that, what was it, September 2025 or 2020 or some, no, 2024, I mean. So yeah, 2024. So I think that they knew, I don't know. I don't know what they knew, but I know that they knew she was home in September because she was outside yelling. So it says that she multiple attempts at running away from her home in Lake Elsinore, about 75 miles southeast of where her remains were found in LA on September 8th. The status of 20-year-old David's relationship with the teen remains unconfirmed, though people who knew the pair have said they believed they were a couple. Riva's mother also told TMZ her daughter had a boyfriend named David. Yeah. And she also said that she let her go to the movies with this boyfriend. She was 13. Why aren't you driving her to the movies? I mean, that's so weird to me. I don't know. She shouldn't have been in a relationship with anybody that was 20. And also, where's the other Celeste? Yes, they do. Yeah. Teslas do. Yeah. They even know when you're coming up close to them. Vincent, shoot. That thing, those cars have a lot of capabilities that are they're crazy. They're crazy good. The cameras in them are very good too. They're not like janky, junky, crappy cameras. Like they're really good. And hey, Mandy. And welcome in anybody I didn't see. Hey, Bree. I was on the other page just reading along, you know. So it says here, contrary to longstanding reports, David has not been cooperating with authorities, nor has he ever in the investigation, a police source told People. Well, if he has an attorney, his attorney is going to tell him not to talk. So they might take that as not cooperating, right? They want you to come in and have a conversation with them, and you say, respectfully, I decline. I have counsel. That could look as being uncooperative. Now, a lot of people will say, well, if he did nothing wrong, why doesn't he just go in and talk to the police? Well, you know, sometimes you walk in there and you know you're innocent and you don't walk out. But I'm not saying he would be that person, but I'm just saying, you know, like his lawyer is telling him probably just to keep his mouth shut and to stay low, and maybe this will all pass, right? Or maybe they're trying to figure out themselves what's going on, and they're trying to see what videos out there and what, you know, what they need to do about that. Because if there's video, then, you know, of him, then they need to probably regroup and think of a different strategy. But if it's, you know, I mean, people did say that she would get into the clubs underage. They all thought she was older than what she was. And they all thought that, you know, friends of David say that apparently this is what we've heard, right? I haven't heard it from anyone's mouth, but that they were a couple. Him and Celeste were a couple. Now I want to know where that other Celeste girl went. She has not been out. She hasn't said a word. It's just that to me is weird. Like, I don't know. That's just so weird to me. That's really weird to me. So it's just, you know, like, I don't know. The insider confirmed that police are still unsure of Riva's exact time of death and the circumstances surrounding it, though they've determined she likely died in the spring of 2025, not before then. So it would be before he even went on tour. I'm pretty sure he went on in the summer. So, she was last seen by her family in the spring of 2024 also. Are they saying 20? Wait, they're saying the spring of 2025, I think. Yeah, sorry, 2025. Okay. So it's been a year after her family supposedly saw her. The LA County medical examiner has not yet determined an official cause of death, which we don't know if they did. They may have, because it is out of being deferred. But it says arrest and charges will soon follow. Sources told ABC News. Like, oh, okay, once that happens. So after I don't think they could really say that, because if they come out and, I mean, they said her cause of death was accidental or like an overdose or something, I think that they would, I don't know. I mean, what are they going to arrest him on? Other than like underage relationships. I don't know. LAPD, I just see them. I can see them like just, I don't know, just being like, we're going to get somebody for, you know, the disposal, and then we don't hear nothing else. I can just see that happening. I don't like that. You know, I just don't like that. I don't like thinking like that, but I'm like, it's been a while. We need to know how this little girl died. We need to know when she died, and we need to know how she died and by whom. And I say all of us because I feel like a lot of us is, you know, been invested. And I know that she was back at her home in September. It just makes no sense. So, okay. This is what made me switch the whole live for tonight because I was like, what is this? I saw this on my X today. It was said Celeste Rivas, body found in frozen state, cause of death may never be determined. And this was published today at 3:37. And it says here, Celeste Rivas' body had been frozen. And as a result, it looks like the LA County medical examiner will not be able to establish a cause of death. Sources directly connected to the investigation tell TMZ. Now, I don't know how that would, I mean, I know what for, I mean, like frozen would stop the body from like decomposing as fast, I would assume. But I don't know how how they wouldn't be able to, establish a cause of death. Maybe not a time of death, but you think they would still be able to. Oh, it didn't go over to that one. It didn't go over there. Thought I went to this one. Sorry, but it like wasn't gonna say. What was I saying? It wouldn't tell us the time of death if it, like, let's say if it was frozen and thawed out or whatever. Maybe they couldn't get that, but the cause of death. But there's more. It gets worse. According to those sources, okay, so we're going to read this part again. So Celeste Rivas' body had been frozen, and as a result, it looks like the LA County medical examiner will not be able to establish a cause of death. Sources directly connected to the investigation tell TMZ. Now, maybe we should go to X and go to TMZ and be like, make this make sense, TMZ, because that doesn't make sense to me. Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, they're saying that they can't establish a cause of death. To me, if her body was like frozen or part of it or whatever, maybe like that would be a time of death. Because if you're frozen or if you're in air conditioning or if the temperature is lower, it slows your body decomposing. So, but not I wouldn't like do anything with, I wouldn't think with a cause of death. But it says, according to those sources, the people that are directly connected to the investigation, the medical examiner received the body in horrendous condition. It was decapitated. And while the torso was intact, the limbs had been removed and cut into multiple pieces. So this is what somebody close to the investigation is telling TMZ. Now, in my humblest opinions, they better have this right. They better have this right. Because if they don't have this right and they're putting all this out, I mean, that's a lot. And not that they need to do this because they don't owe anybody anything, but I mean, did they like reach out to the parents and say, this is what we're going to be putting out here? No, they didn't, because they don't do that. But I just think I couldn't imagine being a parent and seeing this and reading this. Now, I want to know more about the frozen part. So, I mean, it would make sense if they did that and then they froze her, and because they wanted to put pieces into a freezer or something like that. But that's pretty big. I mean, it's pretty crazy. It says, we're told all of the body parts were partially frozen. How would that even, wouldn't they be all the way unfrozen? Okay, let's read this. We're told all of the body parts were partially frozen and had apparently been thawing out while sitting in the trunk of David's Tesla. So they're trying to say that she was put in there right away. Remember, David's vehicle had not been moved for several days when it was parked on a Hollywood Hills street near his rental home. Yeah, several days, which resulted in it getting towed and then the body being found. See, I don't know about that. Like, I mean, the freeze, like when, like, I mean, I know when I take stuff out of the freezer, it thaws out in like 8 hours, right? And that's in the regular, just regular, the house. Like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to explain this. My words are just not, my words are not forming well tonight because of this. This is weird. So they're saying that she was partially still frozen, but that would make no damn sense. Now, if they wouldn't have said that, I might have believed this, but I don't know if I believe this. But then again, people were walking by the car, Ladybug, and they were saying they didn't smell anything. But then again, hey, Hoodie. But then again, it's like she would have thawed out. I got stuff. TMZ, where are you at? I got things to ask you. It says, as TMZ reported, Celeste's body was in such bad shape initially, investigators did not know if it was male or female. When the body was received at the Emmy's office, the initial determination was this was a victim of an apparent homicide, but our sources say the Emmy is now having trouble establishing an official manner or cause of death. And it will most likely be undetermined. Sorry. I was trying to read this part over again. Official manner or cause. Okay. And then what is this fake Celeste? Isn't this fake Celeste back here? I think so. Maybe not. Maybe that's not because it has the gold bracelet. Who knows? I don't at this point. But I'd like to know where that Celeste girl is. I mean, you can come out anytime now. If you're real, like, did we just dream her up? Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know how. I mean, she was pretty small though. At the same time, right? Kitsy cats. This is like, yeah. This. You don't slice and dice somebody up, right? You don't do that just to leave them just to leave them in a car. Like, were they just, I mean, she was in there for days before that car was towed, weeks. I don't even know how long. But did they just forget to go do the rest of, that's what I don't get. Like, did they just, or did David do something, cut up the body somehow, do that, and then put it in his Tesla, and then he had his shows coming up. Maybe he didn't know. Maybe the night he was going to go do something about it. I'm not saying him or maybe just anybody in general. Just make a general statement. The night they were going to go do something with the body, maybe people showed up at the house and they couldn't leave. And then he had to go on tour. Who knows? I don't. But this is a lot that's coming out within like 2 days. First, we've got second suspect. And then it's like, well, who is it? And they're like, well, we know, but we're not telling you guys. It's pretty much, they didn't really say that, but and now we have all of this coming out. But so David was a suspect. Who else? Somebody else. Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. My tooth was bothering me. Okay. I went like that on my hand, and I did not mean to do that. So it says other sources connected to the investigation tell TMZ the LAPD's robbery homicide division is viewing Celeste's death as a homicide, and even if the official cause of death is undetermined, authorities can move forward with an arrest. What? Can you? Like not with a murder arrest. TMZ broke the story. David is now considered a suspect in Celeste's death. What's more, TMZ has learned there is a second suspect who authorities believe helped David in the dismemberment of Celeste's body. Mark Garagos appeared on the most recent Two Angry Men podcast and said he knows the name of the second suspect, and authorities have told him this person might have been involved before, during, and after Celeste's death. TMZ also broke the story. A critical part of the case involves a trip investigators say David took to a remote area of Santa Barbara County in the middle of the night back in the spring, where he spent 2 hours. Well, we'll never know. How do they know he spent 2 hours there? Oh, I got a lot of questions. If Celeste's body was taken to the area months before it was discovered in LA, it seems the operating theory is the body parts were put in some sort of freezer for a long time before it ended up in David's Tesla in late summer. Why wouldn't he just put them get a deep freeze and put it in his garage or something? I mean, why would he drive all the way to Santa Barbara? What's in Santa Barbara? I guess this is Celeste, they're saying. Could be. Or it could be other Celeste. They're wearing the same little hat. It says okay. It just says that they're partying the night away. I don't know. Maybe it could have been her. I don't know how tall she is compared to how tall he is. Good question there. Yeah, but I don't know if they have his phone. I mean, I'm assuming they probably do, right? They probably have his phone. Hey, princess. Lacey Peterson does. Oh, that's sad. I didn't know that. I didn't know that, peekaboo. I never knew that. I guess it would. Well, after they found her, she was very decomposed. Don't forget to hit the like button. Looked like she was killed. Well, yeah, but yeah, but they should have put her in the house instead of in his car in the trunk, in the front, right? Because I think that if he would have if he would have left her in the house, then maybe. But then they would still be like, where's where's all the red stuff, the blood? If you got her wrapped up, like, in the freezer. Oh, yeah, the car. They do have the car, too. Christy, I would think they probably did. Or they probably moved all in the same night, but different, different trips. Yeah, Tracy, that could be it too. He probably did want someone to, I don't know. Both of his cars, because they said that red Tesla was his too. I thought that was the manager's, but they're saying it was his. But that car looked a little older, even for like somebody that's, worth a couple million, few million. Okay, so I was going to go over here to Steve's and read a couple of these posts to you guys. This one is from November 10th, so these are a little bit old. But it says, it's been 2 months since the autopsy of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, and nobody has been charged. Just as disturbing, the only press release issued by LAPD suggested that the sole potential criminal culpability might be concealment of a body. The entire reason Celeste ended up in that Tesla trunk, regardless of the manner of death, is because of the illegal predatory relationship that David was having with Celeste Rivas. Celeste is no longer here to testify, but circumstantial evidence is still evidence, and there is a mountain of it. And this is coming from the private investigator that, was at David's old rental property. He's been all through there, and, he's been in the area, the neighborhood. He's been going to people's houses, asking for their surveillance. And he's seen the car sitting there when it got there. He knows all that kind of stuff. So he knows a little bit more, I guess, than we do. So it says, Celeste, where I read that. So if LAPD and the district attorney's office fail to charge the sex crimes against a minor in this case, it will be a true slap in the face to Celeste. She wasn't protected from people like David while she was alive, and we at least owe her that in death. There is ample evidence suggesting this relationship began when she was as young as 12 or even younger. She was lured out of school and allowed to live that lifestyle. Predators who exploit their fame and money to target children are especially sick breed, and not protecting the sex crimes that I am confident 100% occurred by David in this case would be a huge injustice. He mad. It's time to move forward with charges. I would be too. Additional charges can always be added later. Make an arrest. That's true. Yeah. Additional charges can always be put forward later. That's true. But I think that they're trying to build the case against him, against somebody. It says, early in the case, I released information. This is November 10th also. About an email that had been sent to David's manager, Josh Marshall, and another person, notifying them that Celeste Rivas Hernandez was a missing person. Josh publicly denied this in TikTok comments, claiming it wasn't true. However, an alleged copy of that email was leaked tonight on Reddit. The screenshot circulating online is said to be the one that Josh himself took, sent to David, who then forwarded it to one of Celeste's friends. And it says, this is to David at mogul.vision. There's been, it says, there's been talk, has a picture of Celeste. There has been talk that this artist David possibly has something to do with the disappearance of 13-year-old Celeste Rivas. If that statement holds any merit, please do the right thing and take her home. Her parents are very worried. This was February 19th, 2024. Checks out. Time that she left the last time was right around Valentine's Day. I mean, not Valentine's. Yeah, Valentine's Day. I said it right. I thought I said Thanksgiving for a minute. It's too close in the holidays. I'll be saying all the holidays wrong here for too long. You just watch. I'll be saying them all wrong. That's Melody Buzzard. Okay. It says, on the night of December 30th through the morning of December 31st, 2024, David and Celeste were together in downtown Los Angeles, where several photos were taken in public. Celeste was 14 years old at the time and about 70 miles from her home in Lake Elsinore. Whether she was sober that night is open to interpretation. There is photo evidence of them together again on January 2nd, 2025, and then on January 8th. A sizable crew was filming a music video with David out of state and by January 11th. David is in his hometown in Texas. On January 20th, 2025, he is on a Delta flight. So the question is, where was Celeste between January 3rd and January 20th, 2025? Can anyone account for her during that time? There were many people present at the music video shoot. Did anyone see her there? What about in his hometown in Texas? Does anyone have any proof of life for Celeste Rivas Hernandez after January 2nd, 2025? I guess these are the pictures. I don't know what this is of. Where that? Okay, where are we at? Oh, this is just a shed. This looks like one of those outdoor parties you get together with your friends. You'd be dancing out in the woods. I mean, I don't know what this is. I think it will probably have a Black Friday sale. Yeah, Mary Beth. It was more like he had a good voice, John. I mean, we can't deny that. He had like he sang. Like he actually sang, like, I don't know how to explain it. Wish I could play it, but I can't because they'll get me on that. They'll get me on that quicker than quick. This is from January 8th. I don't know. This is December 31st. This was like a few minutes before that. So okay. The constant flip-flopping. I know, right? I need to be talking about to TMZ. I need to be calling them. Wish they had a hotline number. Okay, I think that was it. Yeah, I think he said that he was going to stop talking on this case for a while. Look, I'm watching a ragdoll tabloid get trolled. Would be hilarious under almost any circumstances beside at the expense of a teenager. I really wish I should like hashtag them on X and be like, we got questions over here. We got questions. Harvey. So let's go back over here. So where were we at? Okay. I wanted to go to the other one. I wanted to go back to where we were. So TMZ is reporting that there is a second suspect that they supposedly have an inside source, right? And this inside source couldn't tell them all. I mean, surely didn't tell them all this information all at once, right? Which, if this was an inside source, they would have dropped the whole ball, all of this at once. So either TMZ's being greedy, like they probably are in a way too, and making two articles out of this and just putting a little bit of information in each one, or they're getting it at different times, which I don't know. I doubt that because these both came out today, right? They could have wrote all of this up in one article. But they didn't. So there's a second suspect they supposedly said they said that they were there either during, after, or before the homicide, is what they're saying. They're saying that the body parts were partially frozen and that they apparently had been thawing out in the car, which to me is really strange. So I think she's been in there a little longer than what would constitute thawing out. Now, I know that they say this is this is going to be like trigger warning. This is gross to say, because I don't want anyone to think that they say that like the best. I mean, this is how they would have to like. I don't know how they would do the experiment, but I know that they use like pig a lot to make it like a human. Like I guess that's the closest thing to us, like flesh wise and like all that. Because they would have to figure out how long she was in the car. And if she's supposedly been cut up, decapitated, her torso is intact, they said, but all of her limbs were removed and then they were cut into pieces. That's a lot of work too. If you think about it, like, I mean, even if you have power, equipment, I would still think that would be like a hard thing to do, and that would take a long time. Yeah, they do have the scoop over there. I'm just reading the chat really quick. Well, I hope he does prosecute. Like whoever's guilty, Whoever is guilty. Hey, Happy Cappy. She was in the freezer until he was gone on tour. He had someone put her in the car while he was gone, so he would have an alibi. Yeah, but they would, yeah, could be. But I mean, even if he was, I just see that falling out within like 2 seconds. I don't even see that taking a full day. Maybe a full day, maybe 2. Maybe we need to like do an experiment. I'm just kidding. Like I wouldn't do that. Like I wonder how hot. I know the cars in California, they get so hot. Like they get damaged. Like I was telling you guys before, like the paint gets like eaten away, like off of the car. If you have a dark colored car, you better put some money into putting some paint on that thing, because the paint, like the sun out there just like eats away the paint. So it would be really, really hot inside of a front trunk of a Tesla. And they're not that big. That's another thing. If it was frozen, that'd be even harder to put in. Yeah, it'd be like an oven. That's what I mean. And they're saying this, they're saying like, this was like, a lot longer later, like that she like that she was already like falling out. It's like the body had been frozen. That's what the LA County medical examiner said. Well, if they got the body on the, what was it, the 8th? The 8th. We don't know when she went in there for sure. But even if she went in there on the 7th, I don't think she went in there on the 7th. Do you know what I mean? Like that doesn't make sense neither. But it would be nice. It would be nicer to have a closer timeline, right? But yes, wow. Yeah, they said they've been saying a lot. They also said that right here, remember, David's vehicle had not been moved for several days when it was parked on a Hollywood Hills street near his rental home, which resulted in it getting towed. So it was on there on the block for several days. And then it was in the tow yard for a couple days or a day or two before I think it went in on the 6th and they flagged it on the 8th that it stunk. So it's just very strange. But isn't a deep freeze? A deep freeze is the same amount as a regular freezer. It's just a deep freeze is just a bigger, it's just like a freezer so you can put more food in it, I thought. Right? Or oh my gosh, have I been wrong my whole life? What a deep freeze is. Okay, someone really tell me about the deep freezer. Okay, I've been wrong my whole life. Is a deep freeze not really? Oh, because Tracy said, well, like, because Tracy's comment was like, when you put in a freezer, the longer it thaw out, like the longer it stays in there. So I'm like, I'm gonna look it up. Freezer colder. It is. It says it's typically colder. Let's see the temperature difference. There's the key differences or temperature stability. Sorry. Both are designed to reach 0 degrees, but some deep freeze are capable of reaching even lower temperatures, such as -10, which is -23 Celsius. Yeah, freezer. Okay. I was about to say, I don't know. I was freezer's a freezer, just a big freezer. Well, I remember like all my friends' parents had one like growing up, and I didn't have one. And I was like, why don't we have one of those cool freezers? And my parents like, we don't have enough like food to be freezing because like it wasn't like we didn't go hunting at the time. My brother didn't go hunting till like later on. And like this was like, people would get like put their hunting food and stuff in those. And then like, or if they had huge families, like my brother I think has one. Like but there's like they have a big family. I bet it's because it might have a thicker door, like to where it maybe has a better seal, or we don't open it as much, maybe the deep freeze, so it gets colder. We'll say they're both. They're both as equally frozen. Thank you, John. I thought maybe I thought it was gonna be like, no, it's like super extra cold. Like, you know what I mean? And I was gonna be like, what? Did I not know this my whole life? But I really didn't. But I could see it being, yeah, 24 hours, 2 days is what I found looking it up. Thank you. Wow. They do freeze better, yeah. I figured they would maybe because like, well, that and I mean, I don't know. They're awfully icy. I don't know. I don't know. We're talking about deep freezers now, but I don't know if they would have put her in a deep freezer. They might have just, I mean, if that's what happened to her, um, I don't know. Probably. I don't know how long the torso is. I don't feel like going to get in a ruler to go see. It's very sad. And whatever happened to Celeste is sad no matter what. She was found in, she was discarded in a trunk of a Tesla. I mean, and the car was just left out there just to bake in the sun for days on end. I mean, as far as we know, it was days. It could have been weeks. It could have been months. We don't know for sure. We don't know when when whoever put her in there put her in there. Obviously, she didn't put herself in there. So, and she didn't ask for this. You know what I mean? She asked for this. She was probably picturing this Hollywood fairy tale, and she got a horror show. Like, I mean, so young to be down in Hollywood too. Like, it's bad down there. Like down in the Hollywood, like Hollywood Hills are not bad, but like if you go down there, like actually like downtown. I don't know. It's not as pretty down there. Well, there is a camera at his car. His whole well, if it was recording, that's the only thing. That's the big if. You have to pay for it every month. It's like $15 a month, but I don't see him at the same time. Like if he had it, I don't see him getting rid of it if he had like the money just to keep it going, you know? Java Jones, yeah, could have, yeah. But wouldn't that be really hard to like dismember someone that was frozen solid? I would think. It's so sad. I hope that they find out whoever did this. I mean, if it was David, I hope that he goes down for it. If it wasn't, I hope they find out whoever put her body in the trunk. I mean, they have it on video. They have that surveillance video that from the house, just like right up the road, right there. Like the door to his house was like say that's the door, and then that house that was like right here with the where the high bushes were. So, or hedges or whatever they were. So I know SF has seen that video and he said that he saw the last person it looked like to go to the car or get in the car or drive the car. I guess it was to drive the car. Now, I don't know why he couldn't see maybe who went out to the car, because I know he doesn't have the video from the actual mansion that he stayed in, but the other house, I guess maybe it just didn't show because maybe the camera didn't turn on because the person wasn't close enough to the camera for it to activate it to turn on. That could be it. That could be it. Happy, you're right. They did find her because of the smell, yeah. Yeah, the body was frozen. So maybe she was frozen and thawed out all the way. Because I think something in your cells, your blood cells, like it'll freeze. Like, right? You'll get like it'll freeze and then it'll, I'm sure, thaw out. I'm sure they could, yeah. I didn't see any. I didn't see any at the rental house that he was renting in California. I remember looking into the garage and I don't remember seeing one. And I think I would remember seeing that. Do you know what I mean? I think I'd be like, wait, why is there a chest, like a freezer chest in there? Because there were pictures of that. Well, I think that's all I've got for you tonight. I was going to I'll put up a community post, see what you guys want to go over tomorrow. If you want to go over, Nancy did an interview with the Gonzalez's, it looks like, for over Brian Koberger. They're going to be suing the school, which I would too. I would too. We can go over that tomorrow, or we can go over whatever comes out. There's anything, there's anything in the cases that comes out that's new, we'll go over that. And then if not, we'll go over the other stuff. Yeah, job. I think that the ME will be able to find out. I hope so. I think we're going to get more information than what TMZ is thinking that we're going to get. But that's TMZ for you. I didn't even notice my dog. She just went and like did her thing to lay down and it didn't even bother me that time. Normally I'm like, man. I don't know if you can see this dog. She's sleeping. She's like this brown pile of nothing right there. She looks so cute. Oh, Riley. She's sleeping. She's sleeping so good. So we'll do our members live. If it's not members, we'll do members only in the chat or something, but we'll decorate for Christmas. I did get some stuff out of the storage tonight. I was determined. I actually forgot that we had a rug that goes in front of our door for Christmas. I was like, oh, look at that. was going to buy one of those. So good thing I didn't. But yeah, so we'll decorate for Christmas time together. It's like man, it's already the 22nd, you know? It's already the 22nd. It's like so fast. But if you guys want to, please hit the like button for me. Actually, please hit the like button. That'd be great. That would really help me out. And if you guys don't mind, take a second, share out the video, hype the video, anything you guys want to do to help the channel, that helps me. If you want to comment below this video, that helps me. That helps you. That does help me out though. And I do appreciate you guys being here. I do. Thank you guys for coming in, hanging out. I know we haven't covered this case in a little while, but there's some updates finally, and I wanted to get them for you guys. So I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Have a wonderful Sunday if I don't see you, and I'll see you then. Bye, guys.
Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything.